Hey, what's going on, guys? Spectre 8K here, and this video I wanted to post it on YouTube as soon as possible. So some of the editing might be a little whack, but I thought that this would be imperative for anybody going to locals or regionals season starting in 2 weeks, because every single YouTuber I see online is bashing this deck and is not taking it seriously. And if people don't take it seriously, I could see it getting some tops. And by getting some tops, I don't mean the pure version getting tops. I mean the versions in which this gets mixed with. I'll explain. This deck is not a deck. Crusadia. As you can see, there are 9 cards that I put in the main deck and 4 cards in the extra deck. And 2 of them have little, like, Denmark pictures on it. You know, like the country Denmark? Yeah. Well, that's because the 2 cards don't exist. So in total, there are 7 main deck cards total for this deck and 3 extra deck cards. Here's why I think this deck is scary as an engine. Every single card in this deck plays exactly the way Sky Strikers play, but do things a little bit differently. Crusadia Maximus and every other Crusadia main deck monster has the same effect, first effect. You can special summon this card from your hand in defense position to a zone a link monster points to. You can only special summon its name once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, and that's where each card has a different effect. Crusadia Maximus, I always call him Maxima for weird reason, I don't know. But he allows battle damage to double battle damage, which is amazing. And also they have the same effect. Other monsters you control cannot attack if you give them that. Draco allows you to recur your resources. So if you normal summon a Crusadia monster, and you go into the Link monster, who I'm talking about at Magius, you get Draco and you can recur the card to Link Climb. That's basically his effect. Leonis, he has a piercing battle damage effect, wherein you basically make your Crusadia monster a Blue Eyes Chaos Max for free. No Chaos form, no nothing. It's just straight to the point. Then you have Arborea, which would be if a Crusadia monster you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card instead. The pure versions play this. The engine version of this deck does not. Next is Kristinia Revival. You can special summon this card, and then you can target this card or another Crusadia card you control, and destroy a card your opponent controls. Any card, spell, trap, monster. It's great. It doesn't have any exclusions. So, like, the Nightmares have exclusions. They have to discard for cost. Nightmare Cerberus can only do main zone monsters, main monster zones. It's a great card to get rid of one card your opponent controls. Next is Crusadia Power, which has a miscellaneous source effect on steroids, where it works during the battle phase and works during the whole entire turn for a Crusadia monster. It's miscellaneous source on crack. It's crazy. Your attack even goes through against Mirror Force. It's nuts. Next is Crusadia Revival. What it does is it allows your Crusadia Link monster to attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also the same effect your opponent cannot, all your other monsters cannot attack. Next is Crusadia Vanguard. It allows you to tribute one Crusadia or World Legacy monster to special summon one with a different original name from your deck or graveyard. And yes, you can also special summon a Link off of it. The last 2 cards, the last card, like I said, the Denmark, is Kristinia Crawler. It's a special summon as a effect monster, and if it's summoned to a zone a link monster points, you can add one World Legacy card. So the card that you could add for you guys to note would be World Legacy Succession, which is what most people are playing right now for a Monster Reborn. So that's a new card that's coming out in the set. Going to the extra deck, we have the boss starting it out. Crusadia Equimax. I saw he's going up to $9 right now. Good reason. He's how you OTK your opponent. He gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters his card points to. So you would most likely have Maximus, and if you're going for the OTK, you would have Maximus and probably Leonis on the field or something else if you were in the pure version, otherwise you'd have other monsters. So he would be gaining 2,800 to put him to 4,800. All battle damage he would do is doubled, and he can attack all monsters if you have the field spell, which you would if you were playing the pure version. He can also tribute one Crusadia monster to quick effect target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects. So even if you don't choose this, and you choose this instead, Equimax, if your opponent plays Mirror Force or something, he can negate Mirror Force. It's crazy, because he targets the card while it's on the field, quick effect. Next is Regulex. He allows you to search a spell card, a Crusadia spell/trap card, when a monster is special summoned to his zone. The new one, which will be coming out later on, is Crusadia Verspa. Gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters card points to, similar to Equimax. Once per turn, when an effect monster is special summoned to this zone, you can target one monster in either player's main monster zone, except this card, move it to another main monster zone on its controller's field. That effect comes really handy with a deck I'm going to tell you guys in another video, but this video is strictly for Crusadia and how to beat it. And lastly, Crusadia Magius allows you to add one Crusadia monster from your deck to your hand. Now, how do you beat this deck? I'm going to show you some cards in the way in which to beat this deck really quickly. Here are some cards in which you can beat this deck. At locals, if you verse the engine, if you verse anything. You have to stop their main normal summon. If you stop the normal summon of this deck, not only are you taking away a potential link zone for them, because they can't link face down monsters, so if they manage to link with other monsters, you are taking away one of their potential 2 link zones they could use. Also, if they special summon, if you allow the initial special summon of the first link monster, and they special summon something else, if you flip it face down, they're locked in. So cards such as Ultramophis is really great. You can flip all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, great. Deviati works really well if you're playing Infernoid because you can negate the activation of a monster effect, and you destroy negate the activation and you banish the card. So when they utilize the original Crusadia monster, if they utilize any Crusadia monster, because if they special summon to a zone, which they need to, it forces an activation of an effect, which then you just get rid of the card. Dark Destroyer, you can tag out and destroy. You just have to watch out for their protection, like I said. Dark Lady, Monster Negate, Miscellaneous Source to protect your monsters. Farfa for the banish. Aqua Dolphin is really interesting for Goat Key players, because if you are going, say you're going first, you can rip out the one Crusadia card that they have and they can't go into those plays. Ash, well-timed Ash can stop them in their plays if you can hit them on the search. The Magius, you have to hit the Magius, and that's the first card you hit. Ghost Ogre works really well. Gamma works really well. Ibli, because of the fact that they can only link into their Link 1 with a Crusadia monster, and they don't play, they really don't play the Nightmare Link in order to get rid of her, so Ibli can stop them from OTKing you. Basically, you just have to stop them from OTKing you. Fiendus for negate, Decatron to get the Deviati. Battle Fader works really well, surprisingly. Droll and Lockbird just shuts down the deck if you hit them early on. Effect Veiler, again, to stop the searching. Drag Down to get rid of the monster. One Day of Peace just absolutely protects yourself. Book of Moon, if you want to play Magical Bullets, you can play this to boost your monster's attack power. Scapegoat for protection. Enemy Controller to take the monster. Widow Anchor to negate effects or take the monster. With Widow Anchor, I would highly suggest waiting until they commit to the big monster, the Equamax, and then negating his effects so that he can't deal the battle damage necessary. Other cards, Storming Mureforce works really well. Desperado to destroy. Trickstar Reincarnation. Bottomless Trap Hole. Any card to put any form of disruption on the board so they can't OTK you, especially in defense position. Dynamiscus for the banish. Drowning Mureforce to put them, shuffle them all. Because once they commit their resources to the board for their OTK, whether it's a used as an engine or not, they're still committing massive amounts of resources for their OTK. Drowning can just rip them all away. Final Battle is a great card just to activate your Subterra effects. Camouflage for the special summon. Candina, great card for flip face down. Altergeist Protocol for the negation. True King's Return for the destruction. Monarch's Erupt for all the negates. Metaphys Dimension because they're special summoning a lot. And Metaphys Dimension states that when your opponent special summons, you can special summon a Metaphys card from the Banish Zone. So if you special summon Metaphys Daedalis, I'll show you guys really quick. He banishes all special summon monsters your opponent controls. So if you wait a little bit on the Daedalis, you wait until you time it correctly, you Daedalis them, you can rip away everything. Next couple cards, Apocalypse to make their attack half for their monster. Also, what you can do is you can tribute the True King or True Draco monster and just get it back next turn with return. Imperial Order, because they rely a lot on spells in the non-pure version. In the pure version, this won't really affect them at all. The one that really affects them is Skill Drain. Skill Drain cripples it. Rivalry also cripples it because all of the monsters are different type. They're different attributes, and they're also different types if they're playing it as an engine. Strike hurts it. Judgment hurts as long as you hit the last monster that they summon the Equamax. Otherwise, you're just putting them closer to their win condition. And Black Sonic, obviously for Blackwing players, I put it in there for the banish. In the extra deck, cards such as ABZ Dragon Buster, One Negate, Vortex Dragon, Lagia, Dolka, totally awesome, and Trigate Wizard really hurts the deck. Either as an engine or a pure form. So that's just my tips on how to combat if you ever see a Crusadia deck at your locals or regionals or anything of the sort. That's just how you can combat against it. So this is AT Spectre 8K signing off. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys found this informative. And I'm taking a little tip from my guy YUGIOH. If this video gets 15 likes, I'll showcase to you guys a engine that I found with this deck, and a deck in which I made that makes Crusadia an absolute powerhouse and takes it to the next level. So if this video gets 15 likes, I'll showcase that guy to you guys in a future video, most likely the day after it receives the 15 likes. So once again, this is AT Spectre 8K signing off. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.